Welcome to Power Yoga. In this class today, we are going to breathe, we're going to sweat, we're going to flow, and just open up and stretch your entire body. My name is Claire, and I'm here with my friend Dorothy, who's going to be my beautiful yoga model this morning. That's right. She's here to demonstrate the postures. I'm here to lead you through the flow. At the end of this class, you'll feel awakened, you'll feel alive, you'll feel stretched out in every direction, and it's going to be amazing. Please come to child's pose on your mat. Bring your big toes together at the back of the mat, separate your knees nice and wide, stretch your fingers forward, and let your chest melt down towards the floor. Soften your hands, your palms, even flip your wrists around a couple of times if they're feeling a little bit tender this morning. Let your hips press back towards your heels and just let it be easy. Find the space in your hip flexors and breathe. Big inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Open your mouth, exhale, now sigh it out. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Hold it at the top. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One more time. Big inhale. Hold the top. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Stretch your fingers out even further towards the top of the mat. Take a breath in, and now exhale, walk both of your hands over to the right side. As your hands walk over to the right, we're going for a side stretch. Push your left hand down and guide your left hip as far back towards your heel as you can. Maybe your hands walk all the way off of the mat. Maybe you inch the left fingertips a couple more inches forward. Breathe in, walk back to center, and see if you can find some extra space in your spine. Let it get long. Exhale, now your hands go all the way to the left side of your mat. Press your right palm down and pull your right hip back to your heel. Feel space in your intercostal muscles, in between your ribs, and just get nice and long. Breathe in, come back to center, and roll forward to a tabletop. Perfect thing to do at the beginning of your practice is just to start moving the spine. We'll start with a cow spine, so let your belly drop down towards the floor. Roll your heart open and through and look forward. Let your chest draw through your arms and let your belly push further down to the floor. Exhale, round your spine. Relax your head at the top. Soften the back of your neck. Again, inhale, belly comes down towards the floor. Roll your heart forward. Relax your shoulders as your chest comes forward. Exhale, round your spine. Relax your head. Now for the next few breaths, just move your spine in that same pattern, cat and cow. Maybe add some side movement or some circles, just anything that you need to do to free up your spine this morning or to get rid of any tight spaces that you might be feeling. You can get funky with it. You can have fun with it. You can shake your hips around a little bit. Give me one more breath. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips, find downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, side to side. Bend your knees, Move your hips. Feel the stretch in the backs of your legs, your hamstring muscles. Press your chest through to your thighs. Spread your palms nice and wide, so there's maximum distance between your thumb and your pinky finger. Really focus on grounding down through the base of each finger and the heel of your hand. Take an in breath. Walk your hands back towards your feet at the back of the mat. Grab onto your opposite elbows and allow your chest to roll down. Let the weight come forward towards your toes. It might feel a little bit like you're going to fall forward. You're not. Release your low back. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, sigh it out. Release your hands down to the floor. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, lift up halfway, find a nice flat back. Exhale, bow again. Inhale, rise up to stand. Stretch your fingers up towards the ceiling. Now lower just your right hand down to your right hip. Stretch even longer through the left side of your body and go into a side bend. So push your hips over. Nice and strong. Inhale, rise back up. Bring your hands back up to center and just go the other direction now. Big side bend. Nice job, Dorothy. So get even more active. Push your hips over to the side and keep your ribs to your hips so that there's not so much arch coming into your low back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward all the way down to the ground. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow, and walk your hands to the top of your mat. We'll find a high plank here. And we're going to stay here just for a moment. Start to fire up the core. Bring your shoulders a little bit forward so they line up with your wrists. Keep that nice spread between the thumb and the pinky finger. Now bring your heels so that they're over the ball of your foot. Pull your ribs to your hips. Make your spine nice and long and press to the space between your shoulder blades. So it almost feels like a little bit of rounding. Hold it here again. Squeeze your ribs to your hips. Engage your core muscles. Lower your knees to the ground. Lower your chest all the way down to the ground. When your chest hits the ground, slide your thumbs back. Untuck your toes, get strong through your legs. Push your hip bones down. And now lift up into a gentle cobra. So this nice, easy back bend, releasing the front of your body, feels so good on your low spine. Keep your legs strong and active here. And now exhale, lower down, stay there just for a moment. We're going to try this again, but in a little bit of a different way. Pick your palms up off the ground. Oh yes, now squeeze your elbows nice and tight. Activate your legs, push your hip bones down, and lift up into a cobra. And see how high you can get without using your hands. Strengthening your spine. Big breath in. Exhale, lower down. And now tuck your toes again, lift your hips, and find your way back to downward facing dog. As we get further into our flow today, I will give you the option to come into a posture that we call upward facing dog. But that posture that you just did, Cobra, is an awesome alternative to upward facing dog. Step your big toes together at the back of the mat. Lift up your right leg nice and high. Bend your right leg in half. Flex your foot, stack your hips, and roll out your hip joint. So just make circles with your knee. They can be big circles, they can be small circles. Point and flex your foot. Make sure that you're breathing. Square your hips, put your right foot down on the floor. Big toes again come together to touch and send your left leg up to the ceiling. Bend your left leg in half, flex your foot, stack your hips, and again, roll out. Take big circles with your knee. Loosen up the hip flexor, point and flex your foot, maybe freeing up some space in your ankles. Now square your hips, put your left foot down on the floor, and come back to downward facing dog. Big inhale here, find stillness. Exhale, sink your heels down to the floor. Big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. I think we're ready to start flowing just a little bit faster now. Dorothy, are you ready?
Ready.
That's what I thought. Inhale, lift your heels up, lift to the top of your mat. Exhale, jump your feet all the way forward towards your palms. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine. This is Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise up to stand and press your hips forward towards the top of your mat for a little miniature backward bend. Use your core muscles. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bow down to the ground. Big forward fold. Breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow, step back to a high plank. This is your Sun A. Shoulders stay forward just like we practiced. Knees can lower to the ground if that's what you need. We'll exhale and lower down to a chaturanga. Chest is going to hover a couple of inches off the ground. Hold it right there. Feel that strong activation. Now inhale, rise up to upward facing dog. In upward facing dog, just the palms and the tops of the feet touch the floor. Exhale, turn your toes over, lift your hips, downward facing dog, and hold here for a few breaths. Sun salutations. Move your spine in all these different directions, but they also start to bring energy to your body by elevating your heart rate. It's kind of like our cardio variation in power yoga. Inhale, lift your heels, look to the top of the mat. We'll do that again. Exhale, jump your feet forward towards your hands. Big breath in, lengthen your spine, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise to stand. Again, press your hips a little bit forward towards the top of your mat. Relax your shoulders and stretch to the ceiling. Core tight, breathe in, reach back up to center. Exhale, bow down to the ground. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step back, find a high plank. Shoulders forward, you lower it down to low plank. Inhale, find upward facing dog. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Stillness in your downward facing dog. Heels stretch down even further. Push your palms down into the ground. Press your chest back towards your quadricep muscles right there at the fronts of your legs. Inhale, lift your heels up, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, jump your feet all the way forward. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Right away, heel toe your feet together if they've separated. Bend your knees and sit down into chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop your hips down nice and low. Now notice what's happening with your ribs and your hips. Try to pull those two parts of your body together to find length and space in your low spine. Sit down just a little bit lower, and now stretch your arms up even further. Hold your core tight, rock the weight to your heels. Start to feel a little fire in your body. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow, step back, find high plank. Shift your shoulders forward, pull your ribs to your hips. Lower down, chaturanga. Remember, it's always okay to drop your knees to the ground. Breathe in, find upward facing dog. Your heart slides forward. Exhale, turn your toes over, lift your hips, and find downward facing dog. Length in the backs of your legs. Step your big toes together to touch. Lift up your right leg. Send your right leg strongly to the ceiling. Now pull your right knee to your nose for a down dog crunch and hold it there. Do that again. Inhale, stretch up, kick up, maybe find more length. Exhale, knee to your nose, pull forward, crunch it in. Make your knee touch your nose or as close as possible. Inhale, kick straight back up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step your right foot through your hands. Spin your left heel to the ground and rise to warrior one. So in warrior one, your hips both point forward towards the top of your mat. Slightly guide your right hip back. Twist your left hip forward. Bend your knee about 90 degrees. So see if you can even shift it just a little more forward. And now lift your chest up. Nice job. Breath in. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Step back and find a high plank. Lower down chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Without hesitation, bring your big toes together at the back of the mat. Lift your left leg, extend it high to the ceiling. Now exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Just hold it there in a little hover. Inhale, kick straight back up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Find a little hover there. Do it again one more time. Inhale, kick straight back up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Pull it even further forward. Find strength here. And now step your left foot through your hands. Let's rise up into warrior one. Notice what's happening with your back foot. It should be at about a 45-degree angle. So your right toes are facing the right corner of your mat. Now tighten up your core. Sit down a little bit lower. Breath in. Exhale, palms down to the floor around your left foot. Step it back to high plank. Lower down to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That was your first sun B. We're going to add on to it this time. Inhale, lift your heels up, look to the top of the mat. Jump your feet towards your hands all the way forward. Let them land softly. Breathe in, lengthen your spine, lift halfway. Exhale, bow. Bend your knees, sit down, find chair pose. Bend your knees so you kind of look like a thunderbolt. Drop your shoulders down. Find your core engagement. Holding this chair pose with your core strongly engaged should make you feel just a little bit sweaty. Sit down one more inch. Find it. Breathe in. Exhale, fold down to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow, step back, find a high plank. Lower down to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together. Extend your right leg to the sky. Pull your right knee to your nose and hold it there. We're going to get just a little more core. Inhale, kick straight back up to the ceiling. Exhale, this time bring your right knee to your right elbow. Hold it right there. Make it touch your tricep. You can do it. Inhale, kick straight back up. Exhale, twist your right knee to your left elbow. Now lift it up a little higher. Make it touch the elbow. Make it touch the tricep. Find some new strength. Now inhale, kick straight back up to the ceiling. Pull your right knee forward again. Step it through your hands and find warrior one. Rise up. Ground through your front foot. Ground through your back foot. Hips face the front of the mat. Take a breath in. Open out to warrior two. As you make the adjustment to warrior two, your feet might step a little bit wider. Warrior two is more of a hip opening posture, so don't cheat yourself out of the depth you can get in this posture. Bend your knee deeply. Rotate your right knee over your ankle. Ground through your feet. Hold on to it. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand drops down, reach back, get that beautiful line through the side of your body. And now exhale, hands come back down to the floor. Step it back to high plank. Lower down, low plank. Inhale, bring your chest forward and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're starting to feel just a little warm in the studio. I hope you're feeling a little warm at home. Step your big toes together at the back of the mat. Lift your left leg, extend. Now pull your left knee towards your nose. Hold it there. Bring it a little further forward, Dorothy. Oh, yes, girl. Now inhale, kick straight back up. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Now how wide can you go? Can you make your knee touch your tricep? Can you lift it up? It takes core strength to get there. Inhale, kick back up to the ceiling. Exhale, go for your twist. Left knee to the right elbow. Now bring it more forward, bring it more forward. There it is. Make it touch. It's almost there. Inhale, kick straight back up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step forward. Find warrior one. Ground your feet. Hips face forward. Pull your ribs to your hips. Exhale, open to warrior two. Spread your feet a little wider if you need to. Focus on your base for a moment. Left toes are facing the front of your mat. Back toes are parallel. Dig your heels into the ground. Feel rooted into the floor. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes down. You stretch long through your left side body. Hands down to the ground. They frame your left foot. Step back, find a high plank. Lower down, chest hovers off of the floor. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is a great posture to reset yourself as we get deeper into the flow. Know that it's always okay to find your way back to a child's pose if you ever need a moment of rest. Take a breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Breathe in. Sigh out. You lift your heels, look to the top of the mat. Jump your feet all the way forward and through. Lengthen your spine. Bow forward, exhale. Bend your knees, sit down, chair pose. Hands to your heart center. Twist towards the right. As you twist to the right, hook your left elbow outside of your right knee. And now notice what's happening with your knees. Make sure that your two knees stay in one line. The left knee is not creeping in front of the right knee. Fly your arms if your shoulders are feeling really open today. If it feels better with your palms at your heart center, leave it there. Inhale, come back to chair, facing the center, palms at your heart center. Reconnect ribs to the hips. Belly in tight. Exhale, you twist to the left. Take your time twisting. When you're ready, lower your right elbow outside of your left knee. If your shoulder is down pretty far on the outside of your left quadricep, your left thigh, then fly your arms. If it's a struggle to keep your thumbs at your sternum, then stay here with your palms at your heart center and work to keep the palms connected right at the center of your heart. Two knees in one line. Inhale, come back to center, find Utkatasana, your chair pose, and now bow down to the ground. We'll add a little more twisting in this next sequence. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow, step back, find a high plank. Lower down, take your Vinyasa to low plank, your Chaturanga. Inhale, find upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your big toes together. Lift your right leg up nice and high. A little bit more core before we start twisting. Pull your right knee to your nose and hold it there. Now this time, don't move out of your plank. Hold it there. Move your right knee to your right elbow. Try not to move your plank at all. Move your right knee to your left elbow. There it is. Now move it back to the right elbow. We're only going to do it one more time. Touch it on this time. Now move it back to the left elbow. Now bring it center. Step now your right foot through your hands and find crescent lunge. So crescent lunge, it's okay if your mat gets a little slippery, it happens. Crescent lunge, you push out strongly through your back heel. Muscles in your back leg are activated. You've got a letter L bend in your right knee. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath in. Bring your hands to your heart center. Twist towards the right leg. Keep your torso upright to start. Yep, there it is. Temptation is to go right into it. Sometimes it helps to deepen the twist if you keep your torso upright for the first part. Now, once you've got as deep as you can into the twist, lower your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Keep your thumbs at the center of your heart. Fly your arms if you're able. Now, a great alternative, if this feels too intense, is to first try dropping your back knee to the ground, or to put your left palm on the ground and just twist up with your right hand. There's always a way to make these postures accessible, no matter where you're practicing. Inhale, come back to center. Good. If your knee has dropped to the ground, lift back up to crescent lunge and open out now to warrior two. Bend your front knee even more deeply. Rotate your knee out over your ankle. Knee is going the same direction as your toes. Take a breath in, reverse your warrior. Reach your right hand towards the back of your mat. Find length in your right side body. Side angle is the next posture. Right elbow comes to the right thigh. Keep the big bend in your front knee, and now stretch your left hand over towards the top of the mat. So you can see these beautiful lines on Dorothy's body. It's like a big diagonal line through the left side of your body. Right fingertips can lower to the ground if that feels good to you today. If not, leave your right elbow on your right quadricep. Breathe. Twist your chest open towards the ceiling. Very nice. Take a breath in. Bring your hands down to frame your right foot and stay there in a runner's lunge for just a moment. Inch your fingers in front of your right foot. Just start to stretch them forward. Walk them forward. Bring the weight into your right fingertips and your right foot, and just lift your left leg up for a supported airplane, supported warrior three. This variation is great because you've got the support of the ground. Keep your hips even. If you're feeling really good about your balance this morning, go ahead, lift your right hand up and then your left hand up and see if you can fly. If you're feeling a little iffy about your balance, that's okay too. Just leave your fingertips on the floor. Take a breath in. That looks solid, Dorothy. Exhale, sigh it out. Step back to crescent lunge. Let your foot land softly. Yes. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring your hands down to the floor. Step back, find a high plank. Chaturanga, low plank. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. We do the vinyasa in between the sides to clear out whatever happened on the first side. You never know what's going to happen on the second side. Step your big toes together. Let's work the core first. Lift your left leg up nice and strong. There she goes. Now pull your left knee towards your nose. Hold it there. Try to find that solid plank position here. Now move your left knee to your left elbow. Tap it out wide. Move your left knee to your right elbow. Cross it underneath your body. Again, try not to back out of the plank. Now move it back to the right. I'm sorry, to the left is what I meant to say. Now move it back to the right. Bring it to center. Step your left foot through your hands. You've got crescent lunge. Take a moment in your setup for crescent lunge. Bend your knee a little more deeply. Now hug your thighs towards each other. I know that sounds a little funny since your legs are separated. Feel the muscles wrapping around the bones of your legs. Squeeze tight and engage every muscle in your low body. Bringing all kinds of energy to your body in this posture. Hands to your heart center. Twist. Your body rotates to the left. Your right elbow lowers to the outside of your left knee. Maybe your right palm finds the ground. Maybe your right knee finds the ground. Make this twist work on your body so that you get the maximum benefits. So good for your spine. So detoxifying for your body. Fly the arms if it feels good. Inhale, come back to center. Nice and slow. Open out to warrior two. Beautiful. Bend your front knee a little more deeply. If you've got more space, step your feet even a little bit wider and sink down as deep as you can. Pull your ribs to your hips. Squeeze your butt. Steady through the movement. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand reaches down. Left hand stretches to the back of your mat now. Side angle. Left elbow to the left thigh. Stretch your right hand up and over. Now, if your elbow is resting on your thigh, try not to let the shoulder collapse. Try to stay lifted out of the elbow so that your spine stays long. Stretch long, beautiful diagonal through the right side of your body now. Hang on to it. Breath in. Hands down to the floor around your left foot. Stay here. We call this a runner's lunge. Breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Again, breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Walk your hands in front of your left foot. Shift the weight to your left fingertips and your left foot and lift your right leg up for supported warrior three. Powerful posture. When you're ready, play with your balance. Float the hands off of the ground. Arms can fly to the side. If you want to make it even more challenging, reach them forward in front of you. Maybe they reach back like you're holding onto a cape. Couple more breaths. You've got this. Stay solid and grounded through your left foot. Breath in. Step back softly. Land in crescent lunge. Hold it right here. Push out through your back foot. Big breath in. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step it back now, find a high plank. Lower it down to low plank. Inhale, chest comes up and forward. Exhale, turn the toes, come back to downward facing dog. Child's pose if you need it, and breathe. Observe how the two sides of your body feel. If one side felt a lot different than the other side. Every day is a little bit different on your mat. Be patient and breathe through these postures. Take a breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Bring your big toes together to touch. Again, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Step your right foot forward through your hands. Let's find a crescent lunge. Right back into crescent. You've been here before. Adding on just a little bit. Good. Hands to your heart center. Let's go into your twist again. Rotate your body towards the front leg. Lower your left elbow down. Fly your arms. Maybe you try a different variation this time. Exhale to twist even deeper. The inhale in this posture draws your strength. The exhale finds your freedom. Inhale, come back to center, crescent lunge. Exhale, open right away to warrior two. Bend your front knee. Go just a little bit deeper. And now rotate your right knee a little bit further out. Take a breath in, reverse your warrior. Stay in this reversed position. Keep the stretch through your side body, but now straighten your right leg. Push your hips forward. Now exhale, come back to center. Both arms reach out long. Tip your body forward, so she's reaching towards me now. And now exhale, bring your right hand down, either to your right thigh or shin, maybe to the floor. For Trikonasana, this is your triangle pose. Push your hips more forward, nice and long through your spine. Stretch up towards the ceiling with your fingertips. Take a breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Keep your breath steady. Look down at the floor. Soften slightly into your right leg. Just bend it a little bit. See if you can put your right fingertips on the floor in front of your right foot, maybe a few inches in front of your right foot. Now we're going to begin going back to a balance to shift your weight towards your right foot and come into half moon pose. So your left foot is going to float off of the floor, or we're going to try to float it off of the floor. Might take a couple of hops to get there. You can even put your left hand down like Dorothy is doing to help find the transition. And then when you've got the steady balance, stretch your left hand up towards the ceiling. Each of these postures is an experiment. Falling out, in my opinion, is a good thing. It means that you pushed an edge. So if you fall out, no stress, just get right back into it. Couple more breaths here, hang on to it. Nice job, Dorothy. Now step back to warrior two. Everybody meet me in warrior two. However you need to get out of that posture, whether it looks really clean or really, really messy, that's okay, find warrior two. Bend your knee. Go a little bit deeper. Breath in. Exhale it out. Cartwheel your hands down around your right foot and step back to high plank. Lower down, low plank. Inhale, bring your chest up and forward. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, find your way to downward facing dog. We're going to try that on the other side. Step your big toes together. Lift up, extend your left leg to the ceiling. Step your left foot through your hands and rise up to crescent lunge. Now here's the thing. In crescent lunge, if you need a little break, all you have to do is touch your right knee to the ground. Take a breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Twist now towards the left. Keep your torso upright and your muscles of your core engaged. Twist now over to the left. Hook your right elbow outside of your left knee or bring your right palm to the ground and twist your left hand to the ceiling. Twist and twist and twist. Go deep. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open to warrior two. Find your stance. Feet are nice and wide. Bend your knee. It's okay to shake it out if you need to. Reverse your warrior. Right hand down, stretch back with your left. Keep reaching back with your left hand and straighten your left leg. So now you are long through the entire left side of your body. Triangle pose. Bring your body back to center. Arms come out nice and wide. Reach your left fingertips towards the top of the mat. So you can see how beautifully she's reaching towards me. She's getting as long as she can. And now go down, Dorothy. Bring your left hand down to the outside or inside of your left foot and stretch your right hand up to the ceiling. If you've got a block or a water bottle or something like that that helps you close the distance between your hand and the floor, you can use that. Try to lengthen your torso so that there's not that little rainbow archy shape going on underneath your rib cage. Getting ready to balance now. We've got this. Look down at the floor. Rotate your gaze first. Now soften into your front leg. Even make it a big bend if you need to. Put your left hand in front of your left foot. And now hop your right foot off of the ground. Again, use your right hand to stabilize if you need to. And then when you're ready, stretch your right hand up to the ceiling. Here's the thing. This is probably going to feel easier on one leg than the other. Usually we have a leg that's just a little stronger at balancing. Like I said, falling out, it's a good thing because it means you pushed your edge. Hang on to it, a couple more breaths. If your balance is rocking this morning, lift your bottom hand off the floor as well. Always someplace to go. Take one more breath in, and now step it back, meet me in warrior two. However you need to get there, find your way to warrior two and sit down low into your hip flexors. Big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Let's step it back to high plank. Shoulders stay forward. Now, if your shoulders are feeling fatigued at this point or a little bit cranky, just put your knees down on the ground, no big deal. Lower down, find chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart forward and through. Hang on to it for a moment. Stretch your shoulders down away from your ears. Notice how much space you have there. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Find downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to put it together now. Last standing series. Are you ready? Let's do this. Step your big toes together. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot forward and through right away into crescent lunge. Hug your thighs together to help with the balance. Hands to your heart center, twist to the right. Last twist on this side, you've got this. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Fly your arms if you're ready. Moving a little more quickly this time. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, you open out and find warrior two. I like it. Change of position. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Back to side angle. Bring your right elbow to the right thigh. Stretch your left hand up and over. Working your side body. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten your right leg. Reach forward towards the front of your mat and find triangle. Right fingertips find the floor. Stretch your left palm up and push your hips forward. Nice and open. Look down at the floor. Soften into your standing leg and find half moon. Second time on the right. Hop your left foot in a couple of steps and find your balance. We're going to get a little funky with this balance. I hope you're ready. Dorothy, are you ready?
Totally ready.
That's what I thought. Hold on to your warrior two. Like I said, if you need a block or a water bottle or something to hang on to, that's totally fine. Breathe. Now, without putting your left leg down, rotate your torso and come into airplane. So Dorothy's already got her fingers on the floor. You can have your fingers on the floor to transition, or you can challenge your balance by transitioning without putting your hands down at all. So when you're ready, find airplane, both hands floating off the floor. Going straight from one balance with the hips open to a balance with the hips pointing down to the floor. Core is tight and strong. You got this, Dorothy. We're going to put your foot down in just a minute. Are you excited for that?
Totally.
Take a breath in. Exhale, step back to crescent lunge. Step back to crescent lunge. Good. Now, as you come to crescent lunge, just bring your hands to your heart center for a moment. Now, straighten your front leg and step your back foot in just a little bit. Okay, so it's more like the warrior one stance that we did at the beginning of class. Okay, hips are forward. You've got almost a little pyramid shape with your legs. Now reach your arms out nice and wide and exhale, bring your hands back behind your spine, either grabbing for opposite elbows or going for reverse prayer. Hips pull back, core stays tight, and now you fold forward so that your forehead comes down towards your shin. This is a stretching posture, so pull your hips back. Right hip tilts slightly back as the left hip tilts slightly forward. You've got this. It's a breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. One final thing on this side. Release your hands to the floor. This is your big twist. Leave your left hand on the ground. Leave your feet planted on the ground. Twist your right hand up for a revolved triangle. Good. So the left hand comes a little closer to the right foot. On your body, you might even be able to find the left hand coming to the opposite side of the right foot. Stack your shoulders, twist deeply, and look up at your thumb. Dorothy's got a beautiful line in her spine. Sacrum, tailbone facing the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Good. Step back, find a high plank. Wherever you are. Like I said, if it gets messy, it gets messy. It's cool. Lower down, low plank. Inhale, chest comes up and forward. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Big toes step together. Sealing it off with the left side. Lift your left leg up high. Step your left foot forward and through. Rise to crescent lunge. Make it the best crescent lunge you've done yet today. Sink more deeply into the front foot. Breath in. Hands to your heart center. You twist now over to the left. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Fly your arms if you're ready. You've been here a few times before. Find your freedom, find your space, find the depth that you need this morning. Inhale back to center. Open out and find warrior two. So steady. Almost turn it into a dancey move, right? Just from a twist open, you can add a funky arm. We like to have fun around here. Breathe in, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches back. Hey, you never know when you're gonna need a good dance move, am I right? Exhale to side angle, left elbow to the left thigh. Stretch your right hand up and overhead. Get as long as you can through your side body. Really stretch. Inhale back to center. Straighten your front leg. Tip your fingertips forward towards the top of your mat. And now bring your left fingertips down to your thigh, your shin, your block, your water bottle, the floor, whatever you've got. Lengthen your torso. Push your hips forward. Stretch your arm up. Begin to feel the weight shifting into your left foot. And now look down at the floor. Soften your standing leg, your front leg. Half moon. Lift your right leg off the ground. Hips stack. Core stays tight. Use your right hand for support if you need. And now open up. Ground your left foot. Equally distribute the weight from the big toe to the pinky toe to the heel. Tell yourself you can. Lift your bottom hand off the floor if you got a little more. Now rotate into airplane. See if you can just twist your torso down towards the floor. Lift your hands up when you're ready. It's okay to catch yourself. It's okay to use the fingertips, but find it when you can. You got it, you got it, you got it. Yeah. We're almost there. Everybody hold on to it. One more big breath in. Step it back to crescent lunge. Beautiful. Hands to your heart center. Straighten your front leg. Step your right foot in a little bit. So it's about 3 feet distance between your 2 feet. Hips rotate forward. Now open up your arms. Really expand the chest. Bring your hands back behind your spine for Parsvottanasana, sometimes called pyramid pose. And now fold forward. As you fold over your leg, draw your left hip back, twist your right hip forward so that your 2 hips stay in one line. Let your forehead drop down towards your knee, towards your shin, wherever it goes. Breath in, breath out. Release your hands to the floor around your left foot. Take an in-breath and lengthen your spine. Leave your right fingertips on the ground and now twist your left hand up towards the ceiling for a revolved triangle. Very deep twist. Very challenging posture. You're ready for it. Twist a little bit deeper. Lengthen through your spine. Take a breath in. Everybody breathe in. Exhale, twist to your max. And now bring your hand back down to the floor. Soften into your front leg. Step it back to a high plank. I love that. That's perfect. Lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, are you ready for it? Child's pose. Yes. Let it settle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Sigh it out. Sit back up on your heels. Swing your legs around and find your way onto your back. As you find your way to your back, bring your knees in towards your chest. Let your arms fall easy out to the sides. And now twist both of your knees over to the right side as you look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to happy baby. Grab onto the soles of your feet, bend your knees, drop them into your shoulders, and rock side to side. In your practice today, you built on foundational postures of power yoga. You played around. You found new edges. You stretched, twisted, opened, engaged all of these different muscles. So now give yourself some time to cool down and come back to center. Bring your knees down to your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your forehead up towards your knees and squeeze yourself tight. Exhale, release down to the floor and begin to make your way to your final resting posture, Savasana, where you just lie on the floor. It's the best posture in all of yoga. After all of your hard work, give yourself this time. Whether you need a little bit more time to just stretch and cool down, or whether you just need 5 or 6 minutes to lie on the floor, breathe, bring your body, your mind, your spirit back to center. Take this time for you. You did an amazing job today. Thank you for showing up on your mat. We will see you next time. Namaste.